What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I don't know if you knew about this Twitter account, but it's probably funded in some way by your tax dollars, so I feel like you should know about it. It is in fact called the UN Women, United Nations Women. Somehow this account has 2.2 totally real followers and generally gets somewhere around 100 to 200 likes, unless, of course, they virtue signal to far left wokies who blindly follow everybody and everything. Well, over the weekend, if you happen to look away from everything going on over in the Middle East, they were getting absolutely ratioed into oblivion for saying, well, biological males are also lesbians. Now, if you're following this gender ideology thing, the LGBTQ community certainly has gotten more fractured, as there are groups commonly referred to as TERFs. That's not a term I use, but it's a term often applied to biological women who enjoy biological women's company more than biological men's, and they don't want to see these men on their dating apps. They don't want to see these biological men, should I say. They don't want to include them in their spaces, and I completely understand why that is. But the United Nations put out this. Remember, trans lesbians are lesbians too. Instead of so it was like National Lesbian Day or something. Who cares, right? I don't care. But it was like Lesbian Day or something like that on October 8th. And so instead of actually, signaling to that, they said, well, no, actually, it's the biological men. So again, follow this logic. You're a biological man who feels like you're a woman, but you also want to date women. It's just being a man with more steps, being hetero with more steps. And this post, let's see, 19,000 likes, so that's pretty good. And 17,000 comments. I mean, this is perhaps, and of course, like the woke media is reacting to it, saying, oh, this is proof that people are all phobic. Just to look at some of the replies. Ollie London saying absolutely ridiculous with 2,700 replies. Michael F. Kane, just here to enjoy the ratio. I meme, therefore I am, saying UN wants to eliminate women. Don't let them. Trans lesbians are men. Buck Angel, who is a trans individual, said this is just sad. I mean, like, it's Billy Bragg calling them homophobes. Nothing to say here about the what's going on with the women in Israel. I mean, it's stop. Men are not lesbians. Lesbians are women who are orientated to other women. That's based on gender and biology. I mean, like, trans lesbians are straight men, and I can't believe the UN is being this openly homophobic. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Abolish the CNN, and that's not even the quote tweets. That's just the actual, like, that's just people replying and burying them. If you look at the quote tweets, it's even worse. Matt Walsh writing, women are being kidnapped and all this stuff going and paraded around on cameras as trophies. UN Women have said nothing about it. So they post this while ignoring the videos that we've seen come out of Israel/Palestine. One in particular that seems to have been verified shows, a woman in the back of a truck being paraded around. It's just terrible. And this is what the UN, and by the way, they still haven't posted anything about it. And you see this, 54,000 likes. James Lindsay writing, abolish the United Nations. Again, Matt Walsh, there is no other important global issue right now, so the UN can concern itself with defending the rights of men to identify as lesbians. This is disgraceful. Straight men who enjoy wearing women's clothes are not lesbians. Their wives are people too. I mean, even like people who, here, speaking as somebody who is trans, no, they ain't. You cannot be a trans woman and be a lesbian. Lesbians are gay women that like other biological women. I am not a real woman. I mean, like, their entire UN Women is at it again. Ben Q writing, don't let the conflicts in Israel and Ukraine get you down. After all, we're celebrating International Trans Lesbian Day. How are you and your family making this occasion special? I mean, one thing I'll say on, Twitter that we're seeing is a lot less of this kind of general worship of ideas that overwhelmingly most people agree on. Like, look, I'm pretty accepting. I'm sure there are more people. I know there are people that are more accepting of certain things. But like Siraj, just two dudes scissorsing. I mean, there isn't a single person. Jack Posobiec. Why do we have the UN again? I mean, trans lesbians are straight men. 6,000 likes. Everybody, and then you get pink. And but this again, this is the UN account. I mean, where is the? They have not tweeted even once about what's going on in Israel/Pakistan, where we have like real-time videos going on. But they're talking about and International Lesbian Day. Happy International Lesbian Day. Stop, just stop. It's not much better. I mean, like they're trying to, and then you get pink news. The UN Women shares trans inclusive support an International Lesbian Day, and bigots are raging. By the way, many of the people replying in there that I saw were women, and also including several other trans people were also replying and laughing at it. So I'm not sure why Pink News would be so bigoted and homophobic themselves. UN Women, an international organization that focuses on gender equity and empowering women, shared a trans-inclusive post on social media during International Lesbian Day on Sunday. It's because you notice you get more interaction when you talk about trans people than when you just talk about actual lesbians. Like, shout out to my lesbian viewers. You're just not that interesting anymore to people, I guess. Sorry, you're just going to have to go on living your life and being happy. Let's uplift and honor the inclusive message was celebrated by members of the LGBTQ community and allies, but predictably attacked by anti-trans activists. I mean, I'm not sure that disagreeing with something makes you an activist. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Gender critical pundit James Essie simply pushed a false line that trans lesbians are straight men. Other claimed that the UN Women was ignoring ongoing injustices against women and instead focusing on virtue signaling. Well, that's 100% true, though. Like, that's an unavoidable, or that's like an undeniable fact. I'm not exactly sure why anyone would refute that. I mean, it's the second day now, and still no posts. Well, I don't know, third day, roughly? In actuality, the international organization has commented on the other humanitarian and political situations affecting women on the very same day. Well, no, they did not. People pointed out they didn't talk about Israel/Palestine, which they haven't. They did talk about Afghanistan and Ethiopia. Okay. I mean, pro-LGBTQ supporters of the UN Women's Network lauded the post as simple yet effective message towards a routinely marginalized group. What a nice post. I bet the replies and quotes are going to be super normal, one user jokingly wrote. Don't check the comments, obviously, but it's actually really nice when big platforms do proudly stand up for trans people. I can't think of a group of people that have more protections on the planet. At least in the West. In the West, I'll say. Yeah, definitely not on the planet, but in the West. The UN Women account is tweeting support for you. You're not a marginalized group. You're not a minority group. You are a worshipped, gold, you're a anointed one. You get to never be criticized. You get to constantly call criticism homophobia or transphobia. I just think that, it's just great when I see, again, UN Women still have not tweeted anything about what's going on over there. And again, this is about engagement, right? They just talk about regular old boring lesbians. Sorry, my lesbian seagull viewers, and it gets 600 likes. Again, this is an account with 2 million, definitely not Pakistani bot followers. This one, 100 likes, 100 likes. Well, they got 1,000 there. I mean, 73 likes. Imagine you have 2 million followers, 2.2 million followers, and you can't break 500 to 1,000 likes consistently. When you have that many followers on Twitter, you should be getting 5 to 10,000 likes on every tweet you do, every little thing you do. But of course, then they're like, oh, we need engagement. 14.4 million impressions for this tweet versus 126,000. Now, you tell me, does the UN women care about biological males who like biological females, or do they care about engagement? Because they know this gets 15 million and the other one only gets 100,000. Perhaps it has something to do with it. I don't know. You let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow, and we'll talk to you again real soon.